I'm gonna try and film this video again. I had a failed attempt because when I was recording last time, somebody was streaming outside and I tried to keep going, but it was like in the way of the sound quality. So here we go. Hopefully that will not happen again. Today we're reading Tinkerbell and the Secret of the Wings. Magical story. Probably by Disney. Adapted by Ellie O'Ryan, illustrated by the Disney storybook artist. The Winter Woods was the most mysterious place in Pixie Hollow, full of shimmering snowflakes and glittering icicles. Queen Claralyn had made a rule that warm fairies weren't allowed to go there. But one day, curious Tinkerbell jumped across the border. When she landed on the other side, her wings sparkled strangely. Back at home, Tink wanted to know what had caused her wings to sparkle. She wrapped up in her warmest coat for a trip back to Winter Woods. She hid inside a snowflake basket that was being carried there by an owl. After she had landed safely in Winter Woods, Tink went to the Hall of Winter to find the keeper of all fairy knowledge, Dewey. Tink was amazed when he saw him talking to a winter fairy whose wings were also glowing brightly. Suddenly, Tink's wings began to sparkle again. Tinkerbell and the winter fairy Periwinkle looked at each other's sparkling wings in amazement. Dewey explained that Tink and Perry had been born of the same law. That meant they were sisters. The girls couldn't believe it. That is why your wings sparkle, Dewey told them. Tink should have gone straight home to the warm seasons, but Dewey said that she and Perry could spend a little more time together. So Perry gave Tink a tour of the Winter Woods. They went for an exciting ride down a frozen waterfall with Perry's friends, Gliss and Sparkle. After dark, the Winter Woods got even colder, so Tink built a fire to keep warm. She told Perry all about her home. I wish I could go there, Perry said. I made it warmer over here, replied Tinkerbell. Maybe I could make it colder over there. Just then, the snow floor crumbled underneath them. The fire was melting it. A snowy lynx picked up Tink and Perry and took them back to Dewey, who told Tink it was time to return home. Tinkerbell had an idea. She hugged Perry and whispered, "Meet me back there tomorrow." When Tink arrived back home, she told her friends all about Periwinkle. She also shared her idea with them, a snowmaker. They got straight to work building the machine, which would make it cold enough for Perry to visit Tink. The next day, they brought the snowmaker to the border. "This is your ticket to the warm side of Pixie Hollow," Tink told her new friends. Tucked safely under a snow shower that the snowmaker had made, Periwinkle went on an exciting tour of the warm part of Pixie Hollow. Then Perry showed Tink and her friends one of her fairy talents. She conjured a flower with glittering frost. But a little while later, Perry's wings started to wilt. The snow was running out of ice. Perry was getting too warm. Tink knew she had to rush her sister back to the Winter Woods straight away. Lord Miller The Lord of Winter was waiting for them at the edge of the winter woods. "This is why we do not cross the border," he said. "The rule is to protect you." At that moment, Queen Clarelyn, the Queen of Pixie Hollow, arrived. She agreed that the rule was for everyone's safety. Lord Millery pushed the Snowmaker into the icy river as Tink and Perry sadly hugged goodbye. Back at home, Queen Clarion tried to help Tinker Bell to understand the rule. She told Tink about a warm season fairy and a winter fairy who had fallen in love a long time ago. One of the fairies had broken a wing because he had crossed the border, and there was no cure for a broken wing. As Queen Clarion spoke, Tink looked out the window and saw something strange. Snowflakes were falling. At the border of the winter woods, the Snowmaker was stuck at the top of a waterfall. Chunks of ice from the river were pouring onto it, and it was spraying out snow. The fairies managed to push the Snowmaker out of the waterfall, but it was too late. The seasons had been thrown out of balance. Everyone was worried. A freeze was now on its way to the warm part of Pixie Hollow. If the pixie dust tree froze, there would be no more pixie dust. The fairies got straight to work. Some rounded up insects to bring them to shelter, while others rushed to cover the trees with blankets of moss. Would they be able to save it? Then Tink remembered the flower that Perry had coated with frost. She flew to the winter woods to find her sister. "I think there's something you can do," Tink said urgently. "Your frost, it kept the flower alive." Glyss explained that the frost was like a little blanket. It tucked warm air inside, keeping out the cold. We could frost the pixie dust tree, Perry realized. The winter fairies worked together to quickly frost the pixie dust tree before the freeze hit. After the freeze had passed, the sun came out and melted the ice from the tree. Slowly the pixie dust started flowing again. The tree was saved. But suddenly Tink realized that she'd broken a wing when she'd flown back to Winter Woods. She bravely told Perry to head back home before it got too warm. Then, as the sisters said goodbye, an explosion of light burst from their wings. The magic between them healed Tink's wings. From that day on, warm season fairies could visit winter fairies whenever they wanted. All they needed was a little frost to keep them warm and cozy. Tink and Perry would never have to say goodbye again. The end. Quick fun fact. You know the way they said two fairies had fallen in love a long time ago? I think it was them two. Queen Coraline and Lord Mallory or whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I got this book from Smith's Toy Superstores, by the way. And I should probably stop recording now because my battery is about to run flat. So, see you in the next video. Bye.